People forget that these great big giant plows can be just as dangerous, as anybody else driving out there in the storm, and sometimes even more dangerous. So we have to protect them as well.
In Fairfield, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Officials are still investigating the cause of a fire that broke out last night at Admiral's Ocean Inn in Belfast. According to Belfast Fire Chief Patrick Richards, his department got the call around 11 p.m. last night. Richards says everyone at the scene was safely evacuated and crews were able to work fast to put those flames out.
Quick response from mutual aid companies, aggressive initial interior attack. We were able to confine the fire to the floor of origin, and it ultimately compromised 4 units in that building.
Chief Richards says the rest of the building remained untouched. At the time of the fire, the inn had 20 residents who were transported to hotels in the area. Some residents were at the scene Tuesday morning collecting their personal belongings.
A bill that would have started the impeachment process for Secretary of State Shenna Bellows went to a vote in the Maine House today. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has more on the vote and reaction from Secretary Bellows and lawmakers.
No impeachment process is ever a light matter. We take what is happening as very serious.
The motion, presented by Representative John Andrews, a Republican from Paris, would have created a special House investigative committee to determine if the Secretary of State, Shenna Bellows, committed any impeachable offenses when she issued her ruling to bar former President Donald Trump from the Maine GOP primary ballot. Supporters argue Secretary Bellows was biased and engaging in political theater.
As far as I'm concerned, this is election interference, and it should be dealt with by removing the person who made the decision.
Opponents argue that impeachment was not the right venue to resolve their disagreement with Bellows' decision.
This resolution is before us not because she did anything wrong, but because some of us don't like her decision.
The motion failed, with the House voting 60 to 80. Only one Republican voted against the motion. Secretary Bellows says the House made the right decision.
For those who disagree with my decision, or the legal arguments, or the facts that were presented in the hearing, which were my exclusive considerations, the proper venue to resolve those questions is in the appeals to the court.
Representatives Mike Sobolewski and John Andrews both say the motion should have passed.
I'm very disappointed. I think that it needs to be vetted. It needs to go through the process. There are questions that need to be answered, and specifically the Secretary of State's authority over 14.3.
I'm disappointed that the Democrats wouldn't even vote to support a bipartisan committee to investigate any wrongdoing by the Secretary of State.
House Republican leader Billy Bob Falkingham added he thinks the courts will make the right decision and Trump's name will stay on the ballot. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, new filings have been submitted in the former president's legal case to get back on the Maine GOP primary ballot. Yesterday, former President Trump's legal team filed a motion to delay the Kennebec County Superior Court judge from issuing a ruling until the U.S. Supreme Court rules on the Colorado case. Overnight, Secretary of State Shenna Bellows filed her response to Trump's motion and contends that the mandated timelines within Section 337 are crucial for the efficient functioning of elections. Bellows underscores that the language in the statute uses imperatives like shall and must, leaving no room for deviation from the stipulated timelines. If the motion to stay is not granted, the court is expected to issue its ruling on the case by January 17th.
Legislative Republicans are speaking out about proposed plans from the Maine Board of Environmental Protection to potentially ban the sale of gas-powered vehicles. At a press conference today, Republicans said the matter is something that should be up to the legislature rather than a group of unelected officials.
So it's just unbelievable to me that a bunch of unelected officials are trying to force this down the throat of Maine people.
In my opinion, nothing exemplifies better the distinction between the two Maines than this mandate. The average wage earner in Cumberland and York County, and you can look this up, makes $20,000 plus more per year than the average wage earner in Penobscot and Piscataquis counties.
The Maine Board of Environmental Protection has scheduled a hearing on the proposed electric car and truck ban on Thursday, January 18th at the Augusta Civic Center.
Well, Senator Angus King joined a bipartisan group of senators on a trip to Israel, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia over the weekend, and today he reflected on that trip. The congressional visit fell on the 3-month mark of the October 7th attack on Israel by Hamas. Senator King says the delegation conducted 22 meetings over the course of those 4 days, during which they spoke with leaders from each country to share perspectives and opinions on the ongoing situation. Senator King says it's clear Hamas does not care about the welfare of the Palestinian people. However, the senators did not hold back criticism when it came to how Israel is conducting its war against the terrorist group.
I saw compelling evidence that Hamas does, in fact, use civilians as human shields, including rocket launchers in schools. The point we did make to Netanyahu was the way you're conducting the war, particularly the civilian casualties, is absolutely to the detriment of Israel's long-term interests.
Senator King says they made it clear to Prime Minister Netanyahu that Israel's conduct has made it increasingly difficult for moderate Arab states like Saudi Arabia and Jordan to maintain any kind of relationship with them. He says he believes that message was in fact heard.
All right. Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, nearly half of the appointments at the Red Cross Bangor Donation Center are unfilled.
And the Maine Agricultural Trade Show kicked off earlier today. Our Matthew Jurancic takes us inside after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Who's a fake? Let's get it on. And who's the real deal? From the start all new I Can See Your Voice, Wednesdays on Fox.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Coming up on the next Good Morning Maine, the latest on another powerful storm that's moving across the state. It's bringing a combination of heavy snow and rain to portions of the state, along with very strong wind gusts that could create widespread power outages. We'll have the very latest on the storm and all the day's news on the next Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. The American Red Cross says there is a shortage of blood donations nationwide, including right here in Maine. Nearly 50% of the appointments at the Blood Donor Center located in Bangor are currently unfilled. According to the Red Cross, 152 pints of whole blood needs to be collected every day in Maine to meet the patient need. Blood can be safely donated every 56 days or 6 times a year. while platelets can be donated every 7 days. Carolyn King, the executive director of the American Red Cross in northern and eastern Maine, says if you have ever thought of donating, now is the time.
There are 1,500 appointments that are empty. We need 1,500 people in Maine to sign up and give blood over the next 2 weeks.
Well, if you would like to make an appointment to donate blood, you can do so by visiting redcrossblood.org or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS.
The Maine Agricultural Trade Show kicked off this afternoon. The exposition is a way to attract the younger generation into the industry. Our Matthew Juroncic has the story.
The Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry's 83rd Annual Maine Agriculture Trade Show got underway Tuesday, and it did not disappoint.
Is an opportunity for the Maine agricultural community to get together over 3 days and learn about what's new, the issues that are facing each other, get training, get certification on certain things. So it's a definite smorgasbord, if you will, of things to do and see and learn about Maine agriculture.
Among its supporters is Governor Mills, who talked with vendors Tuesday afternoon about why the event is important to her.
As the granddaughter of potato farmers from Ashland, Maine, up in the county, I know what kind of hard work is put into managing farms in the state of Maine. We turned to the farmers, to our local producers for help, and they came through. I'm pleased that they are still a vibrant part of our economy.
But vendors we spoke to say the biggest issue is getting younger folks to stay in this field.
This is our future. This is, what are we going to eat, right? If we don't raise beef or raise vegetables or milk cattle, we won't have food.
Luckily, one little girl wants to stay in the agriculture industry for a special reason, to follow in her idol veterinarian's footsteps. In Augusta, Matthew Juroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And just a heads up, the trade show will be opening at noon tomorrow due to the weather conditions.
A veteran support organization received a large donation from some of Bangor's best realtors on Tuesday. For some, making the donation hit a little close to home. The Greater Bangor Association of Realtors chose House in the Woods as the nonprofit that they gave money raised at their holiday celebration. House in the Woods has a mission to create a therapeutic, recreational, and educational retreat for active and retired military and their families. It's a place to deal with the stress or grief that comes with being in the military.
And to be able to just see the money that you raise and see the people and hear the stories that Paul explained is just, I was just watching, getting emotional hearing them. So it's great to see that our money can be donated and help these gentlemen.
A check for almost $8,800 was presented to the charity at today's monthly meeting, and that is money that will be used to pay for outings for veterans and their families just to get out and enjoy the outdoors.
It's a really great initiative there.
Yeah. And we all know how valuable it is to get out and enjoy the outdoors in the state of Maine, even more so for folks who may be struggling a little.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, Republicans in Washington are calling for the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
And the legislature has just 2 weeks to avoid another government shutdown. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Odlin Road in Herman.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate. 974-7815.
What if I told you these people are related to these famous faces?
Don't play games with your mama.
Our new Fox show is a guessing game that's all relative.
Oh.
Match the performer to their superstar relative.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
I know the voice. And you could win life-changing money.
Sign me up, Anthony.
What happened to I don't play games?
I never said that.
We Are Family, all new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
With migrants crossing the border at record numbers, lawmakers are looking for someone to blame. Republicans are pointing the finger at Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and calling for his impeachment. And Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Americans are demanding accountability. We must fire Secretary Mayorkas.
He's the man in charge of securing the U.S. border. And with migrants crossing illegally at record numbers, Secretary Mayorkas is taking the heat from Republicans on Capitol Hill.
Clearly, he needs to go.
Secretary Mayorkas testified that the border is secure. That's a lie.
A vote of no confidence was blocked by Senate Democrats Tuesday, just one day before House Republicans start impeachment proceedings against the Homeland Security Secretary.
You can't take an oath to defend the Constitution and violate the very founding principles of that Constitution and be a cabinet secretary.
Cities like Chicago, Denver, and New York say they're overwhelmed by the migrant surge, with one Brooklyn high school even pushing students to remote learning Wednesday to house migrants during bad weather.
What we are experiencing at the southern border is not unique to the southern border or to the United States. The entire hemisphere is gripped with a level of migration that is unprecedented in recent history.
That's Secretary Mayorkas' response to the record number of illegal crossings. And he says it's up to Congress to fix the problem with new border policy.
We now need Congress to do their part and act.
Secretary Mayorkas has been involved in border talks with a bipartisan group of senators for weeks now, but it remains to be seen if lawmakers will be able to reach a deal. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Congress now has less than 2 weeks to avoid a partial government shutdown. Both sides of the aisle are scrambling to fund spending bills before next week's deadline. And now some lawmakers are considering another stopgap spending bill. Fox's Matt Finn has that story.
Obviously, we're going to have to pass a CR.
Pressure is mounting on Capitol Hill despite reaching a bipartisan top-line spending deal over the weekend. The Senate's top Republican is now saying a CR bill will be needed to keep the government open after the end of next week.
Up to the Speaker and the Majority Leader to determine the length of the CR.
The CR, short for Continuing Resolution, renews all spending at current levels. Some lawmakers believe it buys Congress time to process spending bills at the bipartisan top-line levels agreed to.
Make no mistake, negotiating final funding bills is no walk in the park. We are all working nonstop right now to get this done, but we are obviously crunched for time.
While it sounds like good politics to some, it will intensify the pressure on House Speaker Mike Johnson, who has said he will not do CRs and wants to deal with spending bills individually.
We got pedal to the metal. We're going to get the job done.
Senate leadership, however, doesn't think there is enough time.
The simplest things take a week in the Senate, so I think frequently the House doesn't understand how long it takes to get something through the Senate.
Adding to the stress, some hardline House Republicans want to embrace the government shutdown in order to get a border deal. It's all frustrating to some lawmakers.
If we shut down the government, we would pretty much have we would continue to embarrass ourselves to the world as well, too. I mean, why can't we just get done? I don't get it.
If an agreement is not reached, federal funding is set to expire for some agencies on January 19th and all others on February 2nd. Matt Finn, Fox News.
More details are emerging about the hospitalization of Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby addressing the media at the White House press briefing. Reporters there asking why the president only learned about the cancer diagnosis on Tuesday, even though it was made about a month ago. Kirby answering questions about hypothetical chain of command while Austin is hospitalized.
Had there been a need by the Commander-in-Chief to task the Defense Department or to seek greater clarity from the Defense Department about a specific issue, the Deputy Secretary, Kathleen Hicks, who had that authority delegated to her, who had a full communications suite with her when she was on leave and fully staffed, would have been more than capable of being the acting Secretary of Defense for that period of time.
Officials at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, where Austin was admitted, revealed that Austin underwent a surgical procedure to treat and cure prostate cancer. The procedure took place at the end of December, and Austin was readmitted to the hospital on New Year's Day due to complications from that procedure. Prostate cancer is said to be the most common cause of cancer among American men, impacting 1 out of every 8 men in the country.
Well, former President Trump off the campaign trail and back in the courtroom on Tuesday as his lawyers argued he can't be prosecuted for anything he did as president. Fox's Caroline Shively has details.
For Donald Trump, it's simple.
We're entitled as a president to immunity.
The former president's legal team presented that theory to a 3-judge panel in D.C. on Tuesday. His lawyers argued the election interference case against him should be dropped because a president has blanket immunity. The judges seemed skeptical.
Could a president who ordered SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, would he be subject to criminal prosecution?
If he were impeached and convicted first. And
so your answer is no.
My answer is qualified yes.
The prosecution told the judges blanket immunity for a president would have far-reaching unintended consequences.
It would mean that if a former president engages in assassination, selling pardons, these kinds of things, and then isn't impeached and convicted, there is no accountability for that individual, and that is frightening.
The federal election interference case was set to go to court in March, but is on hold until judges rule on the immunity issue in the next few days or possibly weeks.
This case could stop in its tracks dead this summer. The Supreme Court could take it. It's very unlikely that there'll be a resolution before the election cycle.
This is also a key week for another Trump trial. Closing arguments are scheduled for Thursday in the civil fraud case against the former president and his company in New York. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
A group of Hasidic Jewish worshippers were arrested amid a dispute over a secret tunnel built beneath a historic Brooklyn synagogue, setting off a brawl between police and those who tried to defend the makeshift passageway. Video from the world headquarters in Crown Heights on Monday showed officers removing a man from a tunnel built into the synagogue when a group of onlookers began shoving police and tossing wooden desks. A spokesperson for Shabbat said a group of extremist students had broken through the walls of adjacent properties, and Monday's standoff began after leadership brought in a construction crew to repair the damage. It wasn't immediately clear why or when the tunnel was constructed. Just bizarre stuff there.
Indeed. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Some commonly held insurance premiums could be set to spike this year.
And in sports, the University of Maine has received another big gift towards their new athletic facilities. We'll be right back.
America, get ready for some Caitlin Clark in your life. Saturday on Fox Prime Time Hoops.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
For great Toyota offers, including those not seen on TV, go to buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Now, you could type buyatoyota.com into your browser, or you could simply scan this QR code with your phone and immediately see offers, search inventory, and get a free independent trade-in value. See a RAV4 with 4.99 for 60 financing, which could save you up to $1,800. So scan the code and give your fingers a break. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
This is incredible.
Wow. This Thursday on Fox, Gordon hits the road to Spain in a brand new special.
It's so tight.
Let's do this.
You have to be kidding me.
6 cities.
So no menus, you just shout.
3 friends.
Purple Plaza. Hey, you're shouting over me.
Endless flavor.
That looks incredible. It's exactly why I brought it to Spain. Bravo.
Gordon Ramsay's Road Trip Spanish Vacation. 2-episode event begins this Thursday on Fox.
Some home and auto insurance premiums have become very expensive this year. Fox's Kelly O'Grady explains what's behind the skyrocketing prices.
What's supposed to alleviate problems for consumers is now causing headaches. Insurance premiums are soaring across the country, costing drivers and home buyers thousands per year, and in some cases 30 to 40% annual increases. So I want to start with car insurance. Rates are more expensive than ever. They're projected to be up 30.4% as of December, but in certain states those numbers can jump even more. California, for example, just approved hikes up to 40% for various providers going into 2024. Now, hikes can be just as high for home insurance. 9% is the national average, but a number of states like North Carolina and California are seeking increases over 40%. I want to look at Florida, though, in particular, because that really demonstrates the burden to consumers. If you've got a $300,000 home, Floridians pay on average $9,079 annually. That is more than 5 times the national average. And so we spoke to insurance companies, and they say that more accidents, more weather events are forcing them to hike these insurance rates. We also spoke to a Florida realtor who says inflation of underlying assets is a big driver.
But Citizens 5 years ago was something that really was of last resort, where right now it's writing 90% of the policies from the people that I talk to. It's affecting people more at the lower end of the spectrum who are getting into it.
Now, it's hard to imagine, but the consumers who get those high rates may actually be the lucky ones. Insurance companies are leaving high-risk areas like California, which leaves many of those home buyers, those drivers, unprotected. I'm Kelly O'Grady in Los Angeles for Fox Business.
Scientists say global annual heat records were shattered in 2023. The year is now considered the warmest in more than 100,000 years. Fox's William Lajeunesse has the story.
If you thought last year's weather was bad, you're not wrong. Climate scientists across the globe say 2023 is officially the hottest year on record.
Quite possibly one of the warmest or the warmest of the last 100,000 years.
Europe's largest climate agency, Copernicus, says temperatures rose 2.5 degrees above the pre-industrial revolution. Data revealing since June, every month has been the world's hottest compared to previous years.
This basically means that our cities, our roads, our monuments, our farms, in practice all human activities, never had to cope with a climate this warm.
July and August were the hottest, with extreme weather making life miserable and sometimes deadly in Europe, North America, and China. In Libya, torrential rains wiped out dams and killed thousands. Smoke from Canadian wildfires turned the skies in New York City orange and triggered air quality alerts across the East Coast.
We are living through climate collapse in real time, and the impact is devastating.
Here at home, the U.S. dealt with 28 weather disasters, again a record. According to NOAA, those disasters killed nearly 500 and caused $93 billion in damages.
This calls for a fundamental rethink of the way in which we assess our environmental risk.
Linking specific weather events and long-term climate change remains controversial. Nevertheless, globally, NASA does believe the weather is becoming more extreme. In Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
And we're definitely facing some weather ourselves, not just tomorrow, but there's a couple systems coming our way as well.
Absolutely, we'll have all the full forecast, full details in your full forecast coming right up.
There is a lot of concern about the weather tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Wind gusts of 50 to 70 miles per hour, heavy snow changing to rain. All those details when I come back.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
I had a slip and fall accident. I wasn't sure what to do. Joe Bornstein's office handled everything. The experience was much better than what I expected. They were very professional and responsive to all my questions and concerns. I highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers just like me. If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. It's that easy. Tell him you mean business.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Name a place you love being naked.
Does Steve sing her a song? Get super shy. Pull out flowers.
Can't you look at me?
No, ma'am. I don't want to make eye contact with you. Only reason I'm asking you this because it's on the card.
Steve, you would have asked me that in your younger days.
Family Feud, the only choice.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
The man who started it all is back.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
Premieres Monday, January 22nd on Fox.
All right, last preparations are being made now in anticipation of our next powerful winter storm. Starts tonight and lingers throughout the day tomorrow. Damaging wind gusts are on the way, winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour. Likely some power concerns throughout the day tomorrow. Then heavy rain, heavy snow, and high surf out there as well. We have a lot to get through. Here's that system now. The light snow just starting, heavy snow overnight tonight. We could see snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour. It is incredibly hard to keep up with that. So road crews will have a hard time tonight into tomorrow before it changes over to rainfall. So we'll have heavy rain on top of the heavy snow, on top of the frozen ground. That will likely lead to some flooding overnight tonight, but more so tomorrow morning into about noon tomorrow as well. Look at this system now. It is powerful. It is strong. Lots of energy, lots of moisture, all moving in our direction. So batten down the hatches. Here we go. There will likely be lots of tree damage and power concerns across the region for tomorrow. So here we are tonight looking at 2 o'clock in the morning. Heavy snow across much of the area at 2 a.m., but that rain line is not that far away. Between the two will be a little area of freezing rain in there as well. So the heavy snow pushes out around sunrise tomorrow morning. Where this stays all snow, north and west of Bangor, likely incredible snowfall rates, and we could see snowfall amounts of 1 to 2 feet north and west of the Bangor area throughout the day tomorrow, where it stays mostly snow. That's all going to change over to rain tomorrow afternoon, and then that rain could be locally heavy. So again, flooding is a concern tomorrow. This whole thing gets out of here tomorrow night as the wind begins to die down. We have a pretty quiet day for us on Thursday, a pretty quiet day for us on Friday, followed by our next system, which could be equally strong getting in here on Saturday. Until then, though, blowing and drifting snow will be a thing tonight and into early parts of tomorrow, with wind gusts tonight near 40 miles per hour, intense snowfall rates. Getting around is going to be very difficult tonight into tomorrow morning as well. All right, so here are the wind gusts out there. Again, we're looking at wind gusts tonight into early parts of tomorrow of 50, 60, even 70 miles per hour in down east areas tomorrow. It's going to be a southeast wind as well, so kind of an onshore wind. That could take 25-foot waves into some of the south-facing harbors tomorrow. That's going to cause lots of damage and concerns and flooding concerns there. And the wind will begin to die down tomorrow night, but overall this thing is intense, it's strong, and thus the advisories are posted. This is your tax dollars at work saying, hey, here comes a major winter storm. In here is a winter storm warning, coastal flood warnings, high wind warnings, gale warnings. Everything's a warning with this one, as it is a powerful system is on the way for tonight and tomorrow. There'll be a little sliver in there of some freezing rain. You know, freezing rain, you don't get much of that, and it's going to cause lots of concerns in there as well. So be ready for that tonight into tomorrow before it all changes over to rain. Where it stays all rain, we're looking at an inch or two of rainfall tonight, but then another system gets in here on Saturday that could bring us another inch or two of rainfall on Saturday. A very wet week ahead. Again, where this stays snowfall, this model is underdoing it now. There could be a band in here of 18 inches plus of snowfall as the intense snowfall rates are setting up tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures, of course, today in the 20s across our region. The ground is frozen, so rain on top of that has to run off somewhere. Likely some flooding concerns tonight. Our forecast then tonight, though, is it's going to be a mess. So snow and wind, intense snowfall rates overnight tonight with low temperatures down near 24, blowing and drifting snow will make getting around tomorrow morning close to impossible. And then snow changing to rain tomorrow, probably around sunrise. High temperatures around 48, so melting some of that snow with incredibly heavy rainfall rates in there as well, with winds gusting to 60 to 70 miles per hour in down east areas tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that mess tomorrow, a quiet day for Thursday, quiet day for Friday, 33. Here comes our next system on Saturday, the rain snow mix changing to all rain again. That one could be equally as powerful as the one tomorrow before temperatures finally cool off on Sunday.
All right, get through tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a long 24 hours.
It is.
All right, well, sports is coming right up next. Stay with us.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2024 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional and extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar. Celebrate the new year with unbeatable values during our New Year blowout sale. Save up to 60% on clearance items here at the Furniture Gallery. Support our main family-owned business and save money. Happy New Year from our family to yours. The Furniture Gallery, in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Bangor, located in the Penobscot Plaza, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. More big news out of the University of Maine today and their plan for new athletics facilities basically across the board. The university announcing $80 million in financial support from the Harold Alfond Foundation. The donation boosts the Alfond Foundation's total commitment to Maine to $170 million. The university says the $80 million and additional funds raised through gifts and pledges will all go towards upcoming projects, including a 13,000 square foot addition to the Sean Walsh Center, a 4,900 square foot expansion to Alfond Arena. It will also assist in the construction of Morse Arena, the future home for both basketball programs, and more.
We are awarding another $80 million to bring the total commitment to UMaine athletics to $170 million. So, congratulations.
That's what our grant is all about, making sure that UMaine athletes, this community, the state, get a Division I set of facilities and as their athletes and the community deserves.
It's support for our student athletes, right? That's ultimately why we're here, is to support our student athletes. And then it's an injection into the arm of the university, frankly. I think this is going to help lift up the university and, in our community and our region.
All right, certainly excited for that. Let's stay on the topic of the Black Bears. Maine hockey is out to their best start since 2007's Frozen Four team. They continued their longest unbeaten streak in 6 years over the weekend with their 8th straight. And a huge thanks goes to Co-Hockey East goalie of the week, freshman Albin Boya. Boya started his second game of the year in Game 1 against Colgate on Friday. He allowed 1 goal and saved 30 shots. After Victor Ostman gave up 3 first-period goals on Saturday, Boya came in and allowed just 1 goal the rest of the way, helping the Black Bears come back and skate to a tie with Colgate 4-4. Beyond getting the award, Boya is just happy to be out there, and his success is of no surprise to the team.
I mean, obviously feels good, just fun to play as well. For the boys.
He helped us this weekend, and he was really good, and he's worked hard all year, really. So it was cool for him to get a chance.
We would have been comfortable had he played, earlier on. Since he got here, we were like, well, if he has to play, we're going to be fine. And, he's given us tremendous depth, and it was good to see him play well when we needed him.
Although he's only played 4 games, Boya has the highest save percentage amongst the Black Bears goalies at nearly 95. So with that kind of depth at goalie, you add him and Victor Ostman. Just like the depth they have with the skaters, it makes the Black Bears even more confident in their chances to end the season strong with nothing but Hockey East games ahead.
That's obviously a good thing that you can, everyone knows we can play, whatever happens, we can always be a contender.
Huge confidence, obviously, for everyone, and that he can step in and do a great job.
Victor's more of a calm goalie. Albin is, relies on his athleticism, but they're both extremely valuable.
All right, looking forward to see how they finish the season. Now let's hit the hardwood for some high school hoops action. We'll start over in Hamden with a Class A boys matchup. Broncos playing host to the Riverhawks from Skowhegan, trying to split the season series here. We're going to pick it up in the first quarter. Riverhawks lead. Adam Fitzgerald pulls up from the Hannaford next door, and he drills the 3. They lead by 3 after 1. Second quarter, here's Zach McLaughlin. He came in seeking his 1,000th career point. Dribble drive here, gets it off the glass, and he gets it right there. More from him later on. Third quarter, Fitzgerald into a great pass into Ryan Donahue. He pumps and gets the lay-in to go. Later on, it's Liam Hennigan. He's going to kick it over to Sawyer Worcester on the wing. His three-pointer is good. And then finally, Worcester to McLaughlin, and he is money from long range, catch and shoot. McLaughlin had 38 points. Hamden wins 63-52.
It felt great just to hear the crowd explode and all the people around me that have supported me for the last 4 years to be here for me. I got all my family that I can think of here, and they really just mean the world to me. And to see them here out supporting me is all that really matters.
All right, big congrats to Zach. Let's go up to Old Town now. A huge game at Mackenzie Gym. Top-ranked Coyotes hosting the defending champs, the Orono Red Riots. And this one was a classic. First bucket of the game, Ben Francis finds Caden Ewert-Cousins. He recovers, finds Will Francis, and he drains it. Just how they drew it up, right? Pierce Walston now on defense. He's going to pick the pocket of Grayson Thibault. Takes it all the way to the end for 2. Nice play there from Pierce. But here come the Yotes now. Emmett Byther with it. He is going to swing this one over to Thibault. He goes over to Brendan Mahaney, and he pulls up and drains a 3 from the elbow. All right, to the end of the first quarter now. Look at Thibault here. He is knifing through that defense, puts some English on the up and under layup, beats the buzzer off the glass. What a move right there. Later on, here he is again in the second. Stops and pops at the free throw line and drains it back and forth all night. Yotes stay unbeaten. They win 56-54. All right, and for some other scores from around the area now. Bangor over Brewer in boys basketball, 64-57. Brewer over Bangor in girls basketball, handing the Rams their first loss at the buzzer, 44-43. Ellsworth beats John Bapps, 83-35 in girls and 77-36 in boys. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
When I was 22, I tested positive for the HPV virus. My biggest fear was that it could impact my ability to have children.
HPV vaccination prevents cancer in thousands of men and women every year.
I'm so happy that today there's a vaccine that can prevent HPV-related cancers. My children are now fully protected and won't have to worry about these cancers later.
Talk with your doctor about vaccinating your children. Brought to you by the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Get ready for a taste of greatness again, Dad.
Another special episode of The Great North.
Yeehaw!
Turns up the heat.
Yes.
All new Sunday on Fox.
A documentary is in the works in the town of Dexter, and what makes this particular film so interesting is it's all about rural teen life, and it's made by teenagers themselves. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Callie Goodrow has always been interested in film, so when the Maine Highlands Working Communities Challenge reached out to the Tri-County Tech Center's multimedia production class about making a documentary on rural teen life, Goodrow jumped at the chance to be the film's director.
You kind of have like the urban experiences that kind of take the center stage. So I feel like it's a great way for us rural teens to say, hey, we're here too.
The class was given a $10,000 budget for the project, which has been used for a camera and other equipment. Nelson Cole is the multimedia production instructor.
What's great about it, though, is that they're taking all the stuff we learn from books and videos here, and they get to apply it right in the film. So they're getting real-life experience with lighting and audio and editing and camera operation.
Goodrow and her classmates have already completed several interviews with teenagers from different walks of life.
People who kind of do like hiking and enjoy the outdoors, and then people who work a lot and leaving high school, going into like a job or the Army.
Both Goodrow and Mr. Cole say shooting on site is truly the most challenging part of creating this documentary.
If we go up to Dover, Foxcroft, or Guilford, or Greenville, that's going to be pretty much our whole day.
The film, which will be called Rural Dreams, may take longer than a year to complete. But once it's finished, the students hope it will be available on one of the streaming platforms.
Like Hulu, Prime Video, maybe, possibly Netflix, depending on the camera licensing.
Showing the world both the benefits and the challenges of rural teen life. In Dexter, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And what a great topic to shed a light on.
Seriously, yeah, she makes a good point. You know, oftentimes, you know, you hear about stories that are not from these kind of rural pockets, especially up here in the way up in the Northeast too. So it'd be really, really cool to see the end product there and where they go with it.
So important to remember that by and large, Maine is a very rural state. So you know, I think it's timely and appropriate that someone finally take, you know, maybe a closer look at that, especially as it pertains to teenagers.
I totally agree with you there.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at Fox 22 News, stay safe in the storm, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.